Welcome back to a brand new daily market outlook video where we're going to discuss all the major dollar pairs and gold. Guys, welcome back to a new episode. Last week I tried to make the outlooks, but I had a vacation on Sicily and circumstances made it so that I couldn't bring my own laptop. So I had to come up with a different plan, but then that didn't work as well. I made one video with really low quality, and then that laptop that I had with me decided to stop working as well. So yeah, no further market outlooks from me from last week, Friday. But I'm back home now and going to look at the markets freshly and newly daily once again. So starting off with DXY. DXY is a little bit a 50-50 currently for me. And if we just look at the technicals, then what we can see is that we have pushed up higher after taking out liquidity. We have pushed up higher, creating bullish order flow. And if we would just follow that bullish order flow, we could now expect price to drop in towards this demand zone. And then from there, see some further continuation in towards the highs. On the other hand, what can happen, and this is also very interesting, what we did is we swiped liquidity above these highs here. Let me mark that out. And after grabbing that liquidity on the daily time frame, we have made a fractal break in towards the downside. So the other scenario, what can happen, also together with the fact that we didn't make a connection to this demand zone and there is still liquidity underneath this low, is that we can now see price pushed up, we pushed down, we pushed up once again, grabbing liquidity, swiping the early sellers here. Then we made a daily break in towards the downside, so now a retracement and further continuation down could also be a possibility. Together with the fact that last night or yesterday actually there was a announcement by Trump that he is having a peace deal between the US and Iran. This would change the sentiment to risk on, which would be bearish for the dollar. Personally, I have been looking into fundamentals a little bit more lately. So that is something that is happening in the world, and this could also trigger a downwards move for the dollar after swiping the liquidity over here. And so it's a bit in between. It could be either continuing bullish or it could continue with its now new bearish trend. And that's going to be a little bit of waiting. So until one of these two scenarios will play out, I will wait. And if the confirmation is there for either longs or short, then I will enter some new positions. Then if we go to EURUSD, what we can see there on the daily time frame is that we have pushed back in towards this last supply zone after grabbing some liquidity. There are still equal lows open here, and these are still ascending lows as well that we can take out. Preferably what I was looking for is that this is your daily zone, your supply zone, and we can either see a reaction from this supply zone here, which is not really strong because we have equal highs over here, so a reaction and then some continuation down lower, or if the DXY now changes towards bearish and the euro will become a little bit more bullish, then of course we can look at a scenario where we test back the 3 monthly open, take out liquidity, then wait for a change of character there, and then some continuation longs on EURUSD. But that's a little bit a 50-50 for now because that dollar has to decide what it's going to do. If we look at GBPUSD, then also we are trading inside the supply zone over here. This one took out a little bit of liquidity here, but still rather equal lows or equal highs. So this zone is not that strong in my opinion. Then as well, we have the 4-hour fractal that's still situated here and here. So we're kind of trading in no man's land in my opinion. And I'm just going to leave this one at the side for now. Preferably if we look at the daily time frame, then we are still bullish on the daily swing structure. We came back in towards the discount prices, took out a lot of liquidity and then broke up again. Now we came back in towards that daily demand zone, but then we created some equal lows here. So yeah, preferably we would see a push down lower, then a clear break and some continuation longs in line with the swing structure. But it all depends on what the US dollar is going to do, because the British pound is still pretty weak, so wouldn't want to bet solely on that. If we then go to NZDUSD, what we can see there is that we now touched in towards the demand zone that was still open after grabbing liquidity. We had a first buyer reaction up, we swiped them, and now we have another break in towards the upside. If we then look at this, then yes, we are trading in towards a supply zone that's situated here. So this could push price down lower towards that yearly open, because we didn't touch that yearly open yet. On the other hand, what happened is that we had buyers, we swiped them, we have a break up, and now this becomes our liquidity. So if we can push down lower, see a change of character, then some potential longs are also on the radar. If we look at the daily time frame once again, it's a little bit unclear in my opinion. But what we did do is we had, we didn't break up here, so it looks like it's still bearish between this high and this low here, and then we traded down lower. But if we look at the immediate structure, then it's rather bullish, because over here we had equal lows that we swipe, we make a break up, and now we come back in towards that daily demand zone, and price can continue up higher from there. But if we look at AUDUSD, then it's a little bit more clear for me. Because over here what is happening is that we on the daily time frame make a clear break in towards the upside, then this becomes our swing structure. We come back underneath the 0.5 here, taking out a lot of liquidity, and there is a much bigger chance, in my opinion, that we can see some potential buys from this region here, either from this liquidity low and then in toward this demand zone, or swiping that demand zone, then see a change of character and continuation up higher. Also, together with the fact that the risk on sentiment is coming into the markets right now, that would be favorable for the AUD and the NZD currencies. So together, like combined with then that weaker dollar, this could be some potential longs that I am looking for. But there is no confirmation yet, and we really need to see a push down lower, then some confirmation, and then the fundamentals to align as well. So going to be watching that closely in the upcoming days. Then we have USDCAD. USDCAD, I was looking for some new longs into the high, some continuation from either this liquidity here and then a reaction up. But preferably what we would see is a tap in towards this demand zone that we barely did, but we didn't do. But then this demand zone is not really strong, so there is also still liquidity situated underneath here. Could be that we grab that and then a change of character in towards the highs. But if that dollar decides to push down lower, then this long will be invalid. And I will not be playing the long, so going to be waiting. Then USDJPY is still continuing down a little bit higher. It's kind of stuck now. Not something is really happening. If we can see that DXY downside, then of course we can expect USDJPY to push down lower. Or if the Bank of Japan decides to intervene, but yeah, in my opinion, they need some liquidity for that, so it could be that we push above these highs, then there's a lot of liquidity, and then they can press the button to intervene. But yeah, that's going to be waiting. Then USDCHF. USDCHF is still rather consolidative, in my opinion. there are still some equal highs over here. Oh, we swiped them over here, so there's still like descending highs over here. Not really strong. Yeah, we did, like, what we did do is on the 4-hour time frame is we create some bullish order flow. So then you can say, okay, we tap in towards this demand zone that's once again not really strong because there's no liquidity taken here. We just randomly start push up higher. So would love to see at least this liquidity to be grabbed, also together with them being under the 0.5, and then maybe a change of character. But then once again, if that dollar decides to trade down lower, start some bearish order flow, yeah, then of course there are no longs for USDCHF anymore, and we have to look for maybe some potential shorts. Shorts are of course in line with the bigger swing structure. We are again in premium prices, but then once again we would need to see this low break to change the daily structure, then a pullback, and then some potential shorts. So going to be waiting for that as well. If we then look at gold, gold had a really nice reaction on the fact that there is a potential peace deal between US and Iran. Then once again, there is still liquidity to be grabbed here, and we could see some lower prices. So I'm not going to jump on gold immediately. If we can really break here, then starts to see some order flow, then I would be happy to enter the next position after the new swing, like the structure break up, because yes, of course we can look at the fractals, but it would be nice if we can create some kind of structure. And then if I enter somewhere around here, there is still a lot of room in towards the upside to trade gold higher. So I'm not going to jump in too fast. Silver is kind of the same. We are still trading really bearish. There is no real confirmation that we want to trade up higher now. Could also just be tapping the yearly open, maybe grab some more liquidity, change of character, and then continuation down. This move up is kind of news driven, policy driven, or like sentiment driven. The fact that there is a lot being said about US-Iran is now driving price up higher, in my opinion. Copper is then the only real clearer long, in my opinion. We grabbed some liquidity above these highs here, so now a nice reaction in towards this liquidity monthly open, change of character, then that would be a beautiful long on copper, in my opinion. Guys, thanks for watching once again today's market outlook. I'll hope to see you guys in the next one tomorrow. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Bye.